After on-field review, decision, penalty.
It's Edison Azcona. It's 1-0, and it's liftoff for Dominican Republic at the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. Good distance on that throw. Valdez has come a long way, hasn't got there, and it's in. And Nigeria are level. Salim Fagolawal with the flicked goalward header. Character of Dominican Republic here after the disappointment of conceding that goal. Sunday nearly scored another. Lovely footwork there though, and the confidence is flowing for Nigeria now. His players, they're in trouble here though, and they're behind now. Samson Lawal punishes them ruthlessly, and they have turned the game around, Nigeria. And are they dancing their way to 3 points? Well, they've got to play it down here, Dominican Republic, and that could be costly. Look at the amount of green that are in the area here. Still not away, and then Valdez with the save. Nigeria 2, Dominican Republic 1.
Okay, highlight from the FIFA Under-20 Men's World Cup, which got underway on Saturday in faraway Argentina. Welcome to Sports Today on Honor 103.5 FM. My name is Eniola Afolabi, and I've got Ayomikun also in the studio this morning. Ayomikun, it's a weekend loaded with a lot of sporting action. We saw the FIFA Under-20 Men's World Cup getting underway. We also saw the Nigerian Premier League regular season coming to an end over the weekend, and of course preparing for the Super Six, as well as the Italian Open tennis tournament, which also got underway, rounded up over the weekend. And in England too, we had the new champions as far as the English Premier League is concerned, Manchester City. Even without, before kicking a ball, won the English Premier League. Loads and loads of top sporting stories over the weekend as far as sport is concerned.
Yeah, good morning to you, and good morning to sport lovers this beautiful Monday morning. Yes, it's good to be back. And like you said, we have a whole lot of talking points right there from the world of sports. And of course, we have to celebrate our Super Falconets, because this weekend also they were in action against Niger, and they charged them 7-0. Impressive football from those ladies. So a beautiful weekend, so to say. In the English Premier League also, City are the new champions again, back-to-back champions. Definitely a whole lot to talk about this beautiful Monday morning. So let's ride.
A whole lot to talk about, and definitely we'll talk about the NBA, because Miami Heat have taken a 3-0 lead as far as the playoff series is concerned. But that's not where we are starting this morning. Let's start from tennis, where Andy Murray has withdrawn from French Open to prioritize the grass court season in the build-up to Wimbledon. Murray, 36, has only played at Roland Garros once since 2017. And of course, Daniil Medvedev claimed the first clay court title of his career as he beat Olga Rune in the Italian Open final. The Russian third seed, who said he used to hate playing on clay, won 7-5, 7-5 in Rome on Sunday. It is Medvedev's fifth title of 2023, and victory lifted him above Novak Djokovic to second in the world rankings. He will also be the second seed at the French Open, which starts at Roland Garros on 28th of May. That's talking about this Sunday. And let's talk basketball this morning. We are Miami Heat within one win of the NBA Finals after a comfortable 128-102 point victory over Boston Celtics in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. The Heat lead 3-0 in the best-of-7 series thanks to a 29-point from point guard Gabe Vincent, and host Game 4. They host Game 4 tomorrow. That's tomorrow morning. The winner will face either Denver Nuggets or Los Angeles Lakers. The Nuggets are 3-0 up in the Western Conference Final, with Game 4 due to be played tonight. Okay, so looking like this conference final is a whole lot easier than even the semi-finals of the conference.
Yeah, I was very expecting the turnout because seeing a 3 or 3 games different between this side, talking about Miami Heat and of course Boston Celtic. I think it's looking like a party for Miami Heat. I think they are going into the NBA final because although they still have a game at hand, which I believe they will wrap up the show at the 4th series. But then right there for Denver Nuggets also against LA Lakers. I think LA Lakers has been so dramatic in this particular series, losing 3 matches in a row.
What's happening to LeBron James?
Probably someone said it's a special problem. I mean, affecting the Lakers at large. But
this is the first time I'm hearing that.
but then basketball.
I've just asked a question. What happened to LeBron James?
Yeah, I think it's not about LeBron James alone. It's about the teamwork. You know, playing. I mean, moving towards that game. You cannot expect LeBron James to always turn up in every game back to back. You know, I think the opponents were just working against. I mean, in performing against them. So I think it's just a team effort, not an individual effort.
Okay, Bam Adebayo taunted LA Lakers in this one. He said, as you can tell, the rim was as big as the ocean for everybody. So it's left for you to put the ball into the rim and, of course, in the basket.
Very, very interesting coming from this the guy. I think in this series also I saw a lot of 3-pointers from those guys. Impressive. So if the ring is too big, let's see how player scores from there. So let's enjoy the moment.
Gabby Vincent did very, very well for Miami Heat, but it has to be Duncan Robinson and Caleb Martin who put up a combined 40 points. If they have 40 points, and Gabby Vincent had 29 points in that one, so fantastic for them.
Yeah, I think Vincent has been so impressive in this series. I think I saw him in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd game. He has been so impressive. You know, I mean, helping the team forward, scoring. I mean, doing some rebound and of course some assists. So I think he has been impressive in this particular series. So I would like to see him doing well in the finals also.
Okay, Medvedev winning the Italian Open, his first career clay court title.
For Danny, I think he's one of the players I love to watch anytime I'm seeing a game of tennis. And winning his first clay title, I think, is just a boost for him. Moving forward to the French Open, you know, he has not always been enjoying, playing on the clay, but then he won this particular title. So going to the French Open, I think
this is not a scene the Western world would love to see. I mean, Russia winning again.
No.
In Europe.
To me, I think it's not about the nation. I think it's about the individual because tennis is an individual game. So then, I think to me is more of an individual than a Russian. But we should not.
That seems to me like a soft landing.
Yeah, definitely. So I think it's a good one for him. So moving forward to the French Open, I think he can boost on that this clay achievement to approach the next tournament.
And Rafa Nadal is still doubtful for this one. Andy Murray out completely. We got to wait to see what's going to happen. Well, maybe tomorrow we'll come back here to tell you and give you the latest ATP rankings. But certainly Novak Djokovic will no longer be world number 1, and he's been pushed out of the top 2 by Dani Medvedev winning the Italian Open. Let's leave that and move straight to football, and we start on the continent of Africa, where the Confederation of African Football CAF are currently in talks with Saudi Arabia over sponsorship of the African Super League. The United Kingdom-based news outlet revealed that the Arab nation are willing to pay as much as $200 million to sponsor the league. The tournament is part of CAF's development plan to grow interest in African football, as well as improve its revenue. The tournament was first talked about by FIFA President Gianni Infantino in 2018 at TP Mazembe's 80th anniversary celebration in Democratic Republic of Congo. He said that the best 20 clubs in Africa should be picked and required to play in the league, and Infantino predicted that this league will earn as much as $100 million in revenue, ranking it among the top 10 leagues in the world. Some MPFL sides will surely have their sights set on the spot in the competition. Well, a couple of teams have been picked in the MPFL, but of interest to me is the money involved. $200 million, that's a lot of money.
It's a huge money. So I think it's just interesting seeing people, investing money in African football. We know we have the talent here in Africa, but when it comes to the finance aspect of this football in Africa, I think we have been lacking behind. So I think it's a good one seeing a country like Saudi Arabia investing much here in African football. Believe me, we have talent and we have the vibe when it comes to football. Definitely, we'll give you all the best from Africa.
Okay, proud to the Under-20 FIFA Men's World Cup. Senegal is being tipped as one of the countries to win the tournament because of their impressive showing on the continent of Africa and build up to the tournament. But yesterday they lost their opening match to Japan because the Japanese side produced a shocking 1-0 upset over Senegal. And also yesterday another upset has to be Italy upstaging Brazil by 3-2. Nigeria and Colombia won their matches in dramatic fashion. Both sides scored 2-1 against much weaker rivals Dominican Republic and Israel. While Colombia defeated Israel 2-1, Nigeria defeated Dominican Republic 2-1. Ayo, we did mention this, and I did specifically mention this, that these Flying Eagles, I mean, they get to concede so cheaply.
Yeah.
And rally back into the game. They start slowly in every game.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is not a sign of a team that wants to win a tournament or want to go far. Because if you come against a team
like Dominican Republic,
I mean, and you considered first.
Yeah.
If you come against a team like Italy and you score fair, I mean, they score you first, you may not likely come back into this game.
Yeah. I think I still have my reservation about the match because I saw the match even from the start of the game. I think I saw the way the Nigerian guys are playing. They are very slow in attacking. And even when they have the chance to even attack the opponents, there's no communication between those guys in the front. I think it's just more of an individual playing than a team playing together. So if they are playing against a very strong side like Italy, like you saw, like you said, I mean, we saw Italy, they scored brilliant 3 goals in that game before Brazil came back to score 2 goals. So if you are playing against a team like Italy that can score goals, that can convert chances, I think it's going to be a very difficult one for these Flying Eagles. Okay,
Nigeria play Italy next, and then against Brazil. That makes it a trickish one because Brazil lost their first match.
Yeah.
Next match, they might win the game. It's against Dominican Republic. They should. Let me put it that way.
Win the game
and the last game is against Nigeria. And certainly they will need that game to qualify. Because if they beat Dominican Republic, they're going to be on 3 points.
Chances, yeah.
They still have chances.
Yeah.
And they're going to fancy their chances against the Flying Eagles of Nigeria. Yeah. And Nigeria, meaning, must get a very, very good result against Italy.
Yeah.
At least to be sure, if they get to beat Italy, then they are through.
Yeah,
or they are one leg in.
Our fate is in our hand, and it will happen against Italy. A win for us against Italy will see us through to the next stage. So if we want to qualify to the next stage, definitely we have to see through Italy. So a win against Italy will always see us to the next stage.
And so we come back against Brazil to relax and possibly play to top the group.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wait to see. Let's come back home to talk about the Nigerian Premier League or Premier Football League, whichever one you want to call it. And confirm to you that Bender Insurance of Benin have equaled a 2-year standing record for the longest unbeaten run in the MPFL history, following a 1-0 draw away from home to Lansarawa United. The NNL Champions gained promotion to the peak of the Nigerian league system to participate in the 2023 Abridged MPFL campaign after finishing their 2022 Nigerian National League run in style with 3 wins and a draw in their final 4 games. Most important thing for me is the fact that they did not lose any game in all the matches.
Yeah.
And they finished top of Group B and joined to qualify
for the top 6.
For the top 6 by Enyimba Football Club of Aba and Remo Stars.
Remo Stars. I think it was an impressive run.
Leaving Aqua United to rule another missed opportunity.
You know, for a team that played in the relegation last season, I mean, coming to the Premier League this season and they top their group without losing any match, I think I gave it to them. But then I think they have a lot of draw. If they want to continue a very good form in the top Super 6, they have to improve and stand up in their game because this one is the most important tournament. The Super 6 is one of the biggest tournaments they are going to play this season. So I think they should just forget the past that they are still playing unbeaten. They should focus on their next stages of this competition, which we have a team like Remo Stars, team like Enyimba, team like Sunshine Stars, Rivers United. So I think they are facing a very bigger challenges in the top 6. But then I still give it to them, I mean, for not losing any game.
Okay, Super 6 comes up next week. That's June 3rd, right there at the Onikon Stadium in Lagos, the one now known as Mobolaji Johnson Sports Complex. That's Onikon Waterfront. And in the other group, it's Rivers United, Sunshine Stars of Akure, and of course, Lobby Stars qualifying. And in Group A, we have Insurance of Benin, Eyimba Football Club of Aba, and Remo Stars. 6 best sides in the Nigerian Premier Football League.
To me, I think it's a good one for Sunshine Stars, and of course, Edith Olumide Agoyi last season was the coach of Shooting Stars here in Ibadan, and he said it was not the problem of the Oli Warriors. I think he has proven that, because even with the battle that is happening right there in Akure, he still managed that team to make this Super 6, which was a very good one for Sunshine Stars of Akure. So let's see what happens in the Super 6, because I believe it's still going to be more dramatic right there, because we see how Rivers United that will be coming through. So definitely it's going to be a very interesting scene.
Rivers United, Lobby Stars, Sunshine Stars. Well, we have quite a number of, southern teams in these Super 6, and only Lobby Stars comes from the north.
Yeah. Impressive football from the southern, teams. Like you just said, Remo Stars have been so impressive this season. Benin Insurance will not be left out. Switching Stars, Sunshine Stars of Akure also from the Southern Conference also. So it has been more of the southern teams in this season than the teams from the northern side. The biggest one from the northern side we used to know is Kano Pillars, Katsina United, which are currently playing in the NNL. So let's see what happens next season if they can make it back to the MPFL.
Okay, let's cross straight to Europe this morning because of time. Just trying to maximize our time this morning because we've got loads of stories. Man of the moment, Taiwo Awoniyi has dedicated his goal against Arsenal to his compatriot, Emmanuel Dennis. Awoniyi netted the only goal of the game on Saturday in Nottingham Forest 1-0 win over Arsenal. Apart from securing maximum points from the game, the goal also ensured that Forest will play in the Premier League next season. Awoniyi reacted to the goal via his social media handle with the inscription, "This great success and the maintenance to him, my guy, Emmanuel Dennis. God say so," he said. He accompanied it with pictures of himself and Dennis. Dennis joined Nottingham Forest also last summer from Watford FC, but he has been in and out of this team this season. But Awoniyi was the one that scored their first Premier League goal in 20 years. And again, scoring on Saturday to ensure they remain in that English Premier League.
Funny enough,
that's his 5th goal in 3 matches.
In 3 matches. Funny enough, Arsenal came to the Forest and they lost in the Forest. It was very interesting seeing Taiwo Awoniyi. He have scored in a couple of big games this season. I remember he scored against Chelsea, he scored against Liverpool also.
Yes, and that was the only goal.
Yes, and he scored against Arsenal, which was very important to them at this moment, because they will not be playing in the relegation anymore. So they'll be playing in the Premier League next season. So I think it's a good one for Taiwo Awoniyi. I'm very happy for him, and at least for seeing his team through to the next season Premier League.
And so Manchester City, with that defeat of Arsenal, became the English Premier League champions. They lead Arsenal by 4 points prior to that game, with just 1 game left to play. They did their job against Chelsea, not minding what happened in that game. And so Arsenal again missed an opportunity to win the Premier League.
Pep Guardiola, I think, is more or less like a farmers' league now when it comes to the EPL, because he has won it back-to-back 3 times in a row. He has proven that he is a control of this league. Take it or leave it. He has been so impressive, and this is something that we thought Arsenal are going to challenge City, but then it was just a mere imagination.
Cosmetic challenge.
Imagination.
Okay, let's cross straight to La Liga, where there's an serious issue of racism. Yesterday, Valencia defeated Real Madrid by a lone goal, but that's not the only story of that game, because Real Madrid forward Vinicius Jr. said La Liga belongs to racists after he was again racially abused by opposition fans during a match. He got a straight red card for the very first time in his career yesterday for violent conduct in the 97th minute. And after an altercation with Hugo Duro, earlier in the game, an incensed Vinicius attempted to bring Valencia fans to the referee's attention. The championship that once belonged to Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Cristiano, and Messi today belongs to racists. That's what Vinicius wrote on Instagram. It wasn't the first time, nor the second, nor the third. Racism is normal in La Liga. The competition thinks it's normal. The federation does too, and the opponents encourage it. A beautiful nation which welcomed me and which I love, but which agreed to export the image of a racist country to the world. I am sorry for Spaniards who don't agree, but today in Brazil, Spain is known as a country of racists. And unfortunately for everything that happened each week, I have no defense. I agree, but I'm strong, and I will go to the end against racists, even if far from here. Those are the words of Vinicius Jr. He didn't end it at that. He also attacked the president of La Liga, that's Javier Tebas. Okay, let's just take Tebas' statement. He said, before you criticize and slander La Liga, you need to inform yourself properly. That's according to La Liga president Javier Tebas, who said Vinicius twice did not turn up for a meeting to discuss what it can do in cases of racism. That's the issue, AY.
I think this is not the first time we are seeing that coming from the Spanish La Liga, and it has become a normal activities right there. Apart from Vinicius, we know what happened to other black guys playing right there in the Spanish La Liga. Even when it comes to selecting best players, at the end of the day, they hardly consider these guys that are black. But then that is a story for another day. But what happened yesterday, I saw Junior in another dimension. He could not control his emotion yesterday. He was very furious. He showed that anger in the field of play. And yes, we saw him red carded. A very sad one. I mean, seeing Juniors receiving red card for the first time in his career. Very bad one.
Okay, we wait to see the outcome of this. But certainly this is not going to be the end of this issue. Okay, Pep Guardiola singled out proper defender Nathaniel Ake for praise after his form gave Man City the boost they needed to win the Premier League title. Just like you said, the club lifted their third consecutive Premier League title on Sunday, following Arsenal's 1-0 defeat by Nottingham Forest prior to a day earlier. But that's not the focus this morning. Final boss Arne Slot has reportedly agreed to become Tottenham Hotspur's next manager. The 44-year-old led the Dutch side to an Eredivisie title this year and has been linked with Spurs for some time. This is contradicting another story which says Julian Nagelsmann has agreed to take over as a manager of Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, we are in a season of rumor. Anything can just be flying around. A whole lot of stories will be flying around now until we see the official statement from Tottenham. So we know who will be the next manager for Tottenham. But until then, we keep our fingers crossed and wait to the decision of the management.
Okay, yesterday FIFA celebrated our 119th birthday. Well, FIFA was formed in the year 1904. Precisely in Paris, France, May 21st. 119 years of FIFA.
Yeah, very impressive. 119 years, and it has been brilliant. You know, I think there has been a lot of improvement when it comes to FIFA organizing body. You know, they've given us one of the best tournaments, the World Cup, under 17 World Cup, the Female World Cup. Several activities coming from this FIFA. Several rules, several changes in the world of football. Several improvements, so I think I'll give it to them. They have been impressive all over.
Okay, let's quickly take a look at, since you said it's a season of gossips and rumors, yeah. Let's go that route too. Roma manager Jose Mourinho wants to sign Belgium midfielder Yuri Tillemans when the 26-year-old's contract at Leicester expires at the end of the season. This is the same Jose Mourinho which will land is in the radars of PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. Chelsea have made an €80 million offer to Juventus for 23-year-old Serbian striker Dusan Vlahovic. And Man United are also preparing an official bid for the player who has made it clear he wants to play Champions League football next season. So if it's all about Champions League, then it's no for Chelsea.
I think it's quite funny. This time last season when Chelsea were in the market getting players because they are playing the Champions League, and United were in the other receiving end because they are not playing in the Champions League. I mean, United lost a couple of players because they are not in the Champions League. So let Chelsea just return of not playing in the Champions League this season.
Okay, Barcelona have reached an agreement with agent Jorge Mendes for Wolves midfielder Ruben Neves, 26, with the Portugal international likely to move to Nou Camp as part of a swap deal with 20-year-old forward Ansu Fati. And Tottenham striker Harry Kane's future at the club is uncertain, and the 29-year-old England captain says there's a lot that needs to change at Spurs for them to start beginning successful again. And Brighton and Man United are set to compete to try to sign 23-year-old Italy midfielder Davide Fratesi from Sassuolo. Brighton and Man U competing for a player.
Season of drama also when it comes to transfer. But then I think United is one of the biggest clubs in Premier League, and every player we want to play, I mean, for United. So definitely, I don't know, but then I think it depends on the personal decision of that player, and sometimes money can be the influence of, I mean, making decisions. So let's wait and see.
And if it's money,
United will always give you the biggest money.
If it's Champions League football,
United will always give you that also.
Okay, if it's European football, then Brighton too have an edge because they have qualified for UEFA Europa League.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Man City are willing to sell goalkeeper Zach Stephens, 28, this summer when the Americans' loan spell at Middlesbrough ends. And final general manager Dennis ten Klose says he has turned down an approach to join Tottenham and expects Dutch club head coach Arne Slot to also resist interest from Spurs. I don't think so. Speak for yourself, not for another person. Napoli coach Luciano Spalletti has all but said he's set to leave the club, having led them to a first Scudetto title in 33 years. Juventus manager Massimiliano Allegri has stated he wants to stay in his role, but added it's not up to me to decide. If Spalletti leaves Napoli, then Osimhen might also leave Napoli.
I think he wants to leave the stage when the crowd are still cheering him. You know, we never can tell what will happen in the next season. You know, Serie A is always different from other league. I remember when Inter Milan won it the second season, they were struggling, and when AC Milan won it, they're struggling the second season. Probably just want to leave the stage when he's still enjoying the ovation from the fans. So I think if he leave the club, definitely Osimhen might just, look elsewhere also.
Okay, thanks for being part of the program this morning. Sports Today on Honor 103.5 FM. I must say a big thank you to you, AY. Our time is definitely up on the program. My name is Eniola Folabi. Join us tomorrow for another edition of the program. Good morning.
K-Walu.